Today, we're just going to get right into it as your favorite talking head does his best to dissect another movie. That's right, today's movie is Fast 10 or Fast X, depending on who you ask. And it came to theaters this weekend, and you should go out and see it, especially if you want to watch a movie where you can shut your brain off. Hi, I'm your host, Chris Humphrey. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm just another talking head on the internet doing my best to get my opinion out there because I think it matters to somebody or I want you to discuss with me down below. And today's topic is Fast X or Fast 10. I can't believe this franchise has been going on for what, almost 20 years now? I think a little longer. But what an incredible experience this movie was. I went to the VIP because I knew the only way to see this movie is by drinking, because that's the best way to see these movies is by drinking. So right off the bat, it's not going to be a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. We already know that. But what you are going to get is you are going to get the ultimate action and car movie sequences, and each one from the first one on keeps trying to outdo the previous version of this film, and they just keep going. And I'm happy for it because the writers know, okay, how do we cater to the fans? Because the fans of the franchise, what do they want? They want to see cars, they want to see beautiful women, they want to see guns, they want to see action sequences that would blow the 80s movies out of the water. And that's essentially what these movies are. So the bad, if you're not a fan of these type of movies, you're not going to like it. So don't even go. Uh, right? Don't even waste your time. But if you are a fan of shutting your brain off and having a beer while watching a movie, and you want to go see it, then go see it because you're going to like the things that you see. But don't go out there expecting somebody to come out there and do an Oscar Spencer Tracy type performance from Guess Who's Coming to Dinner or a Sydney birthday to come out. No, that's not what you're here. You're here to see like a Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger action movie, and that's essentially what this is. This is a modern day action movie. In this case, you take Vin Diesel, which is neither Sylvester Stallone or Arnold, but a mixture, and you put him with the ultimate bad guy, or is he a bad guy? I don't know. You have to watch it to find out. Jason Momoa. And that's who steals the show in this movie. Like all the previous versions, some of the new characters steal the show, right? Lucas Hobbs, The Rock stole the show. I think from what, Fast 5 or Fast 6 onward, it was him and Jason Statham as character, right? Each new character kind of steals the show, and that seems to be the point, I guess. And in this case, Jason Momoa does steal the show. Now, I'm not going to lie to you; I'm a huge fan of his work. I've been a huge fan of his stuff since I. Where do I want to start? Baywatch, probably. That's right. When he was looking like this in Baywatch, I used to date a girl who had his poster on her locker in high school of him in Baywatch, and then when she saw him as what was his name in Game of Thrones, Dragos, is that what it was? Anyways, which she was like, oh hey, like, oh he's grown up, yeah, he's all grown up. Now get out of here, go to sleep. But yeah, I've been a fan of his for a long time. Right? C had a great Apple TV show you should go and watch. Just to show you, but he's a great action star. He's funny. I think he's got charisma, and I think that's what makes him great. And he was married to Lisa Bonet for a while, and anybody born in the 80s, that was probably their crush growing up. And yeah, she was the Cosby kid. And what was it, different a different world? Was that the follow-up series of her? Who didn't have a crush on her? Anyways, back to the movie as I get sidetracked, as I reminisce on Jason Momoa. It's just a plethora of action. That's all you're going to get. And I'm glad I went to the VIP experience because I could keep ordering beer. Beer, 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 beer. This is the best part. But watching the movie was not that bad. I knew going into this was going to be a summer action popcorn flick, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to shut my brain off after a long, hard week. Like I said, I wasn't expecting a plot that was so thick that Christopher Nolan would go, well, that's pretty good. No, I was expecting action, and they gave it to me with lots of fast cars, lots of beautiful women, and the great Dame Helen Mirren is back, and Charlize Theron, and the list can go on there. But it's an incredible action film. They defy the law of physics. They defy the law of gravity. There's nothing new, but there are new action sequences that are cool to watch on the big screen, in those big comfy chairs where you're trying not to sleep after you have your fourth beer, right? That's essentially what this movie is, and that's essentially what the fan base is. We don't want to go out there and hear Shakespeare, right? We don't want Vin Diesel to go out there and say to be or not to be. We want him to go out there, kick some ass, and take some names and chew some bubble gums, even though that's a different movie entirely and a better movie. But in hindsight, it's not perfect, but like I said, it's just an action movie. Go out there, watch it. Let me know what you think of it down below. Let me know if you shut your brain off when you watch these movies too, because I do, because I think they're incredibly stupid, but incredibly great to watch. My wife loved watching these movies because she liked action movies, and she liked uh, she liked the the atmosphere and the intensity, and that, oh my god, look at that, because they are beautiful, right? The cinematography and the camera work, getting some of these shots got to be great, and the CGI, the virtual effects people hopefully got paid, but Jason Momoa steals the show. And let me know what you think of it. You can see it did not make my list. You can see the top five so far this year, which is sad in a way, but it did get a 7 out of 10. Wait a second, actually, yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't make the list because Dungeons and Dragons was still a little more fun. But this was a great action film, so I would probably put this sixth, which means you should go out and see it, especially if you're a fan of this franchise and you're a fan of just stupidity and action, mind blowing action. That's exactly what that is. Let me know what you think of me down below. Let me know what you think of me down below, like you always do, especially on Twitter with colorful names that starts with a B and ends with an itch, and all those lovely things you guys say. But I appreciate your patience, and if I don't see you guys again, I like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ciao, guys. Producer, you gotta stop sending me nude photos of Helen Mirren. Oh, we're still playing. Producer, play the music quick.